I'm a big fan of physical comedy. I've always been since I was a child. I grew up watching like Abbott and Costello. I watched Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Jim Carrey. I'm a fan of guys that it Jerry Lewis, that you put them in a regular situation and their reactions because of the real situation just goes to a cartoony place. But it's based on something like a real reaction that you would have. It just so happens that those people come across like cartoony. Like Jim, any other actor in Liar Liar, to me, it doesn't hit the same levels. Like Jim reacting the way he reacted, and you forgave it because it came out of truth, because the complications of the situation. So I like the physical element to it because I think it takes the joke somewhere different. It's like watching Richard Pryor as a comedian. He would tell you the joke, but then he would animate it. And when he animated it, you laugh 2 times harder or 3 times harder than he animated. And then he would sometimes do a character or do a voice, and it just made it that much more funny. It gave it 5 dimensions instead of 2.
Did you ever get hurt on the floors or anything?
Huh?
Did you ever get hurt on the floors, bang up your knee or anything?
I get hurt every movie. These guys is like, Rick and Mike Titus, the director, like, don't do it. I was like, look, here's the thing, the chicken scene, I'm diving. We literally, we had a fight about this. They're like, he's Rick's like, you can't do it. No, bro, love you. I can't. I said, Rick, I'm diving over this table, over this bar, and I'm going to tackle this chicken. Why? Because it's funny. It's crazy and it's funny, and I'm gonna do it. So either you're gonna put a pad down there, or I'm gonna do it without the pad. All right, you guys. His mom wants to do it. And so they prepare it, and they, put the padding on me. But either way it goes, they know I'm gonna do it. At least I'm intelligent enough now, or mature enough to tell them what I'm going to do. Because before, like White Chicks, first seen the movie, I broke a rib. But I still did the whole movie. Like, I'm physically committed because I just think, like, that's why I work out. I don't work out to look good. I don't work out to be fly. I work out just so I have enough padding and muscles and limb, and I'm flexible enough to do all the crazy stuff in my mind. I train for these movies like it's I'm training for a fight. Like, I cleanse. I go to religiously train. I hit yoga. I do all this because I know I'm preparing for the moments of when it's needed, and where I'm doing long takes. It's like we don't have time to cut and reset. It's just like, in one take, I got to do sometimes a 20-minute take and just get it all in, of which we just chop out the best of. So it takes endurance and stamina.
One thing I love.
Rick, Mike, and I, we made a conscious decision to do, which was, let it settle, not let it be so erratic, allow ourselves to get more coverage so that we can really help tell the jokes and not sometimes miss the jokes because you got this camera and you can only get but so much. You got to get the joke and see the joke, but then it's hard to whip to that reaction. Mm-hmm. So the key was to, kind of settle the movie down, and so that we can get the coverage that we needed, and we could cut it together the way we needed to cut it together, and keep the pace and the rhythm going without the erratic camera. Because I found, we watched the first one, it's good. Sequels are fun because you get to make up or you get to correct some of the things that you missed out on in the first one. As the franchises go on, you hope to get better. And so we looked at part 1 and we was like, we missed a joke here, we missed a joke here. It's too hectic. Let's settle it down. Let's get more coverage, and this way we can spend more time telling the story of the characters. I told you.
I had a much better response to that question than you.
Oh, you did? Well, go. What you got?
No, that's all right. You did.
Okay, so let's talk about Abigail. It's a 2-part question. First question:
only 2 parts.
Where did the inspiration for her character come from? Was it from a personal experience?
Well, the character came from watching the movie. We got let into an early screening of The Conjuring, which, by the way, is an awesome movie. I thought it was one of the best horror films I've seen in years. I was actually scared. I thought it was well done. I love the camera movements. I just love the way, like, they did a great job with that movie. Little Line Hands, claps of James Wan, the whole crew, and the producers. They killed that movie. But that doll stuck with me. And that doll reminded me of a lot of crazy people that we've encountered in our lifetime. So we just kind of took a combination of everything and I put Malcolm in that situation of, what if this doll was real? What if it was like a real girl? And if you deal with it like he had an affair, and he's paying off the fact that it's not like he didn't do it in part one. He humped stuffed animals. So this little doll's looking at him all sexy because she called him. He didn't do it. He didn't come on to her. He didn't mind his business. He's about to go to the bathroom and read a book. And she was like, hey. But she didn't say hey. But her eyes, it kind of twinkled. The sun hit it. It was like, hey. And so from there, him doing that, and then for it to progress, and as the story, as his relationship with the doll progressed, the downward spiral of everything else happening, it just, for us, it was a lot of fun. That to me was the I think the through line of the movie that really helped set the pacing for everything else.
Right.
As that was unraveling, getting out of control, so was everything else in the house.
Second part.
Don't forget to visit us online on galatv.com. Click like on YouTube page.